history and what your story is. I don't know where you came from, and I don't know how long you've been here. I don't know what you've been through in your life, and I do not know what you have done in LA since you arrived here and or were born here and decided to get a headshot at 4. I don't know these things, okay? I have no clue, and I understand that. The reason I say that, you guys, is because this is an incredibly personal profession. And yet it's also at the same time winds up becoming a very personal business. And it's hard. Show business is a phrase from whenever you got into this that we've been saying for years. And it's an easy phrase. We all know it. It is a part of what this business is. But it's just simply not that easy to actually do. That's part of the problem. It's a hard proposition, you guys, because we're human beings. But that's one of the reasons why I make a lot of dating analogies, and I've been doing it for 20 plus years. Because this profession, when you talk about networking, when you talk about other human beings, when you talk about being judged, and when you talk about subjectivity, it's just like dating. We talk about the business of the business. But I assure you guys that we just kind of naturally started out being an actor somewhere like in Dallas, Stephen, or someplace like that. And we just decided one day, whether it was in that marketplace or someplace else, that, well, gosh, I should get paid for this. Because people do. And that's about as much thought as we give it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but guys, it's a much stronger decision than that. One of the great things about being an actor that you can't do with virtually any other profession, because the trade-off on that is this is the hardest profession you may ever do. But one of the greatest things about it is you can restart better and faster. It's one thing to be an artistic performer. It is an entire other subject for you guys to sit at home, look in the mirror, and say, I'm now a piece of property for sale. That's a Grand Canyon on a day-to-day basis. Because there is nothing wrong in the world with just being an actor. It's okay. I didn't ask you to move here. I'm hoping someone else didn't. If you follow the boy or girl, I hope it worked out. I'm not saying that a painter doesn't have passion for the thing they're painting. But the reality is, they're still putting a vision and a thing on a thing, and then the thing goes away. Guys, we are the thing. It doesn't go away. We have to be the canvas every day, all day long, through life, through parents, through deaths, through relationships, through flat tires and being broke. And so part of my premise has always been, going back to why I started the Actors Network, was this business makes you want to punch holes in walls. It allows yourself to be mistreated in ways you would never allow back home. And for things you write down for Kevinisms today, when you're an actor, you're not in charge. We're people. So I'm just asking you today to go along the ride with me. Hear where I'm coming from. Laugh at me. Laugh at yourself. Have fun with the fact that this is the crazy crap we decided to get into. And it doesn't change. Hollywood is exactly the same today as it was in 1987. Just less hair. But you have to really decide, do I want to be a performer who is a piece of property for sale? I'm a 5'10" white guy in okay shape who looks better to some in a bar and not so good to others in a bar and blah, blah, blah. That's it. That doesn't take away from your uniqueness. It doesn't take away from who you are as a human. It doesn't take away your feelings. It doesn't do any of those things unless you let it. And the reason why you may let it is because you have not made an absolute distinction between the two. And you have to. Everybody knows what the liquor is. That's not the issue. The issue is, do you want to cross Capone? Guys, you know this is a business. That's not the issue. What are you prepared to do? That's the issue. The question is always this. Anyone who knows me knows this. It's one word. This is what you have to look at all the time about being a professional. Percentage. Guys, this is decision day. Okay? And being a professional, unfortunately, is not just limited to your art. Well, I can act. Congratulations. About 60,000 people within 50 miles of here believe they can act. And I don't have the position nor the right to decide whether you can or can't. But I'm telling you guys that if you're not willing to put in the time to the business side of being in this marketplace, regardless of how good you are, it may be very, 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 very difficult for you to ever get paid as a professional. This is up to you. But it really does come down to what are you prepared to do. Your friends, your relationship, your lifestyle, your overhead, your budget, and most importantly of all, your time. And while this is not all of my life or my career in any way, shape, form, or fashion, it is in some way, for whatever it is that I do have in this city, it is part of my legacy. The question is going to be from today, what's yours?